Safari real quick just to drop on my Facebook because there's only 4 people. So I'm just trying to get a few more people in here before we take off. Can you hear, bro? Can't hear you, bro. Oh, you can hear me. Tight. No, I'm not sure. Come join the live. Let's go. 5 people. What's good? How's it going? 6 people. If I could see your names up in here, I'd be giving y'all motherfucker shout outs. You know what I mean? Oh, YouTube right here. Bam. There's no people on YouTube yet, but this YouTube video will be up on my channel. Trip Over Drip. If you don't know what it is, check it out. Christian, how's life, bro? How's things going? You know, life in this part of the neck of the woods is pretty good. It's pretty tight. Just work a lot. Do the things that I can do to perpetuate happiness in my life. Something that's really chill that happened today is I went and spent some time with someone who is important to me, and she gave me a book that is about like ancient teachings about life and your consciousness and how you should interpret the things around you. It's called the Kabbalion. I'm kind of interested to read it. You just leveled up to phase 2 on drug court, bro. I'm proud of you, G. I know that everything that we've talked about, as long as I've known you, Wally, that we just known each other for a long time, G, and I felt a instant connection and friendship with you from the second that I met you in Rock Springs, Wyoming. And I just want you to know that I've observed your life from afar, even though we don't speak every single day. And I'm proud of you, G. I know what you're going through and the things you're doing and the changes you're making inside of yourself, because you want better and you want to do better and you want more abilities to do things that create memories. I just know that you're doing a good ass job. Cody Egbert, what's up, G? Happy to see you guys. Happy. There's one person on YouTube. Let's go. Let's hit something in the comments, YouTube. Now, I wanted to show this cool trick, to people, but there's not a lot of people that I really, there's not a lot of people, but this is a cool trick. So we were talking and I showed my kids this shit today, that your third eye. Hey, what's up, Fuller? How's it going, G? Your third eye is actually a magnet, and the more things that you do to open your third eye, make your third eye more of a magnet. Now, if I take this metal thing, some of you will know what this is for. Some of you won't. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty heavy. I'm going to set it, take it, and put it on my hand. Y'all can see it in the camera. See it on the camera right here, and it just drops. My head's not wet at all. I'm going to take this thing, blow on it, take a deep breath, and it sticks to my forehead. You know what I mean? It drops immediately here. Put it on my forehead. It's not touching my nose. Take a deep breath. And it'll stick to my forehead, bro. You know how crazy that is? That's fucking crazy, bro. I could leave it forward and it's not, you know what I'm saying? That's wild. There's really nothing on my head. I wiped off any moisture that could have been there. Get your third eye open, bro. Shit's important. They've been poisoning your food to destroy this organ, because this organ is the one that's going to teach you that you're an all-powerful being and have the powers to control the entire universe within your body and other humans. You just got to make sure that you keep this thing right here the most healthy. And the way that you keep this thing the most healthy is to make sure that the food you are eating doesn't have weird chemicals that you can't pronounce or know what they are. Hey, Nikki James, what's good, man? What's good? I got 4 people on YouTube. What's up, Animal Zach? I love you, player. I like your little mushroom emoji. If you're in this chat, if y'all could just show me some support, you don't have to give me money. You don't have to post my stuff on any social medias. If y'all will just go ahead and just put that mushroom emoji in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. I got a little mushroom over here hanging on my necklace. This necklace is actually something that's I gave to my lady. I work at a smoke shop, and one of the employees makes these little glass necklaces. They have like a glass mushroom. Super dope. Paulina, I love you. I'm glad that I came to see you today. Haley, I'm glad that you were there to me today. I know that the stuff that didn't go well as it should have. You know, we wanted to go to the park and honestly just watch a bunch of hippies dance in a circle playing drums while everyone is there just enjoying God's medicine that He's granted humanity. It's green and smells like God's vagina. You know, so I just want if you guys are in here, maybe ask a random question. I honestly didn't really just plan on saying anything when I came in here because I just want to interact with the people that are watching me. Because the people that are watching me, it's very important to me at least. Just y'all are showing support. Yeah, it was supposed to be super super cool at the park. I was gonna, I bought this sound bowl, singing bowl for my lady for Mother's Day, and we were gonna play it and do all sorts of cool stuff. It was gonna be rad. Now I don't know if I can hit this nicotine on the camera, so I'm just gonna lean over. Five people, 3 people on YouTube, 5 people on Facebook. Go ahead and just shout someone out that you think would like this tapestry. Tapestry has some marijuana plants right here with some cool psychedelic effects with a bunch of mushrooms on it. I think it's super rad. The tapestry's tight. I feel like I'm just like, oh, have you? Oh, I was waiting. I wanted last time there was like 14 people in here. That's something that I actually wanted to talk about, but I was waiting for the followers to maybe go up a little bit more. But yeah, I seen a lot of the footage about the stuff that happened in Vegas. If y'all don't know, there was a UFO sighting and an alien sighting in Las Vegas. If you Google it or you have TikTok or maybe YouTube or whatever, it actually there was lots of news channels about it. There's a kid that was talking on TikTok about the whole entire experience. Basically, there was a cop in Las Vegas. Joe, what's good? What's good, man? I appreciate you checking in here. There was a cop in Las Vegas that got a call from some kid saying that he's seen 9-foot beings with huge eyes that after the spaceship crashed. The cops came to the house. They have body cam footage of it falling out of the sky. They have a Ring doorbell that sees pretty much what happens except for the lights show up. Taylor Pace, what's good? The Ring doorbell sees this bright light. It's a nighttime, and then all of a sudden, you hear a huge bang, and one of the officers seen it. That basically this alien craft crashed in these people's backyard, and the kid and his family seen the actual alien beings and et cetera, et cetera. It's all over the internet. It's crazy because Tucker Carlson actually said that only in America that this type of news wouldn't really get talked about. In anywhere else in the world, this type of news of what's up, Mike? How's it going? This type of news about an alien sighting or an alien crashing and anywhere else in the world would be the story of the millennia. But here in America, all they do is just pump Trump, Biden, Ukraine, the gender thing, That's all that the news talks about. It was just like one day, one story about an alien sighting in America, and then it was never talked about again. It's super, super convincing to me that I think that we potentially, for the first time, at least in my consciousness, have seen, hey, Destiny, how's it going? Have seen something that seems real to me. I watched this guy on Joe Rogan have a podcast with him that he does lots of documentaries about UFO sightings. And there's a movie called Moment of Contact. It's about a UFO and alien sighting in Brazil, that there's lots and lots of humans that seen this alien, et cetera, et cetera. And he was just talking about to Joe Rogan about the experience, and then he promotes his movie, which is a documentary about uh, the stuff that happened in Brazil. Another documentary, crazy that we were talking about this, that's coming out. I want all of you to know that I'm predicting now that in the next few weeks, y'all are going to see on your social media and your news platforms, they're just going to be talking about Mel Gibson and just basically wanting to remind you of all the things that he's done that's not so appeasing to the crowds with throughout his life, to make him seem like a bad guy, to make him seem like a villain, because he's actually about to come out with a 4-part docu-series that explains why we're in Ukraine. It explains a lot of things that's happening in our country. It explains what's going on with the elites. And side note, did you know that in America that every single year 450,000 children go missing? And if you want to tie those two things together, there's a word for it, but if I say the word, this stuff will get flagged. Let's just talk about driving down the street and there's lots of traffic. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, right now, I'm not as nervous as I was last time. Rosie Nava, what's up? Everybody in here, can you go ahead and just say anything in the chat? Tell me that my tapestry's tight. You can see my shirt has a bunch of mushrooms and it says "Don't trip." You know what I mean? I actually have a matching pair of shorts that say the same exact thing, but I bought those 2 articles of clothing 6 months apart at different stores, and I found this shirt today that just happens to match these shorts that I really fucked with, which was really weird. I feel like the universe is like bringing it to me, telling me like, you need to wear this. You've been wanting something like this for a long time. You know what I mean? I'm actually really tired. Actually, honestly, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Been on the go most of the weekend, and so I don't know really what to talk about. I don't want to bore all of you. Hey, Stick Pick, what's good? What's good? What's good? How's it going on this lovely Sunday night? What do y'all do this weekend for self-care? Did any of you guys take the time out of this weekend to make sure that your all-star player is okay? Did you take the time out of your weekend to make sure that the person who controls everything in your reality, if they're okay, if they're happy? Self-care is really, really, really needed. I don't know if a lot of you guys do have self-care. I know that for me, my self-care is very kind of awkward, you could say. It may not be the necessarily normal self-care type of things for people that want to take care of themselves. I'd like to I play video games because it allows my brain to completely stop processing anything that's happening in my life and only engage in what's happening on the screen. It's very therapeutic for me. Every day I get me time. That's actually really super important. I love you, Paulina. I appreciate it. All your positive words. I appreciate the self-care comment about me. You know, the drive that you and Cody took last night, I feel like making sure that in all relationships, whether that's friendship that's important to you, or a monogamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship, really anybody that you have a relationship, whether that's your dog or any type of human, you should actually try your best to make sure that you are regularly at least specifying that you have time for them, time alone outside of reality to thoroughly enjoy the human that you want to spend your life with, or the humans that you want surrounding you. You need to continuously, through your actions, not even your words, just through your actions, show those humans that you love them and that they matter to you. I have a weird and awkward way sometimes of regulating and expressing emotion. And so there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm able to effectively express my emotion through my actions instead of through my words. I have a lot of words going on in here all of the time, and so I feel like sometimes stuff can get jumbled and kind of chaotic. Tyler Moore, what's up, bro? How are you, dude? Words can be limiting for sure. Sorry, just reading comments. If I stop talking, something that I do at my full-time job now. If you're just jumping on this live because it's the first time you're seeing my post, or you never ever actually really had a long analytical view of the content that I create. There's a lot of different things that I talk about and push, and a lot of my content is like duetted videos because I feel like words are powerful, and they're powerful in the way that they are spoken. And I feel like if I were to try and translate into my own words these powerful things that I'm hearing, that I could potentially infect the message, and so it wouldn't be as effective as it made me feel when I hear it. So I do just like duet videos on TikTok a lot, because I want whoever's seeing my stuff to feel the same feeling inside as I did when I heard things. So I've completely just forgot actually what I was saying about duetting videos. Oh yeah, but spreading information. So I go to work. Hey Jody, what's up? What's up? What's up? So I go to work, and I go to work, and every single day at work when we're at break time, I'm like the news outlet at my break room. Lots of people at my work have told me randomly came across this, but Mike Henry, the question is, do you like this? Do you like, but so I go to work, and anyways, I talk a lot, and a lot of people have told me that they don't watch the news, that a lot of the information that they get about what's happening in the world is from me, because I am very interested about understanding what's happening in my surroundings and the places that I have no control over, to basically to be able to determine my actions uh, due to like safety and finances, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So today, like actually this week at work, I actually got in a really heated argument because a lot of times at work, I appreciate you, Mike. Thanks. A lot of time at work, I be saying like the craziest stuff, and there's like people in there that have never been to this job before. Like this is their first day, and I'm just like laying down conspiracy theory 101, and this little Mormon kid that's sitting in there is now questioning God, because I've just like went on for 2 hours about all of this just crazy knowledge, and the things that I say I'm just so passionate about that I actually don't know if I'm actually right, to be honest, because they're all conspiracies. We actually have no proof. But I feel like the way that I say it, I just like convince everybody I talk to that this shit could be real. And so I find myself a lot of times just conversating with the humans that I associate with at work, and everyone else that I like really talk to about this stuff. They just think that I don't know if they actually think this, but I just get the vibe that like people just think that I'm crazy, and that I don't know what I'm talking about, or that I wear a tinfoil hat, or that I've just like gone way too far down the rabbit hole. But if I could give you the real honest about where this passion came from, is that there was a president that unfortunately had a freak accident and was no longer president because he was in the ground. And the word conspiracy theorist got brought up because a lot of people thought that someone killed him, when people said that this is who did it, et cetera, et cetera. And then later, long time later, 50 years down the road, documents got declassified, and then we found out that the people who actually unalived him actually did it instead of who they said did it. It's on the CIA website. You can look at those documents on your own time. But it's just at that point in time, this one thing that happened in my life where I was just like really believed everything that I've ever learned. I really believed all the stuff. You're just like you're just programmed as a kid. You're programmed to think the way you do, and believe in the things you do, and think that the things that you think are tight are tight. Uh, Joseph, how's it going? How's it going? You're just like programmed as a kid, and like you see, like you grow up just like watching all these adults just like do these things that they were also programmed to do. And then you go to this place where you have to sit there for like 7 to 8 hours a day and talk to this person that you actually never met before, but you're like forced to spend time to and like learn real life from this person you've never met before that has no idea what's going on in your life, and they're just paid to just feed you this information. And in my experience, a lot of that information that I was required to learn during those high school years where they're like, all your grades count. If you don't go to college, you're not going to make it. Well, guess what? Out of like all of that shit, I only fucking use math, reading, grammar. That's about it, you know? Outside of all the other shit, I live in Utah, so I don't understand why in high school it was required of me to learn Utah history to graduate high school. So if people in other states are graduating high school, if I have to learn Utah history, do they have to learn Utah history, or do they learn Massachusetts history or Tampa Bay history or Florida history? Which is really weird because if you actually have any information about like individualized states history, rewind the time 50 years ago, no technology, there was lots of fucked up shit happening all over this country. All over it. So the idea that I was forced to learn about Utah history when Utah, hey, Marissa, I appreciate you showing up. Uh, the idea that I had to learn Utah history going to high school when I could potentially move away from that state and Utah history would never ever matter to me because of the religion that's pushed here, I'd never believed anyways. It's because it's like forced down your throat. So, I mean, I have a lot of resentments against the area that I live, but I'm honestly blessed and grateful that I live here because there's a lot of other crazy shit happening all over the world. Hey, Bridger, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, so like I said, the crazy thing is do y'all know that the idea about school and the waste of time and that it's just like programming and stuff is that they like sell this dream that and they did it for a long time. We're like coming out of it now, but they sell this dream that the only way that you're going to make it or ever matter to anybody is if you go to college because that's the only way that you can make money. When in all actuality, there's lots of people in my reality and around me and the people that I've observed that ever went to college and like dropped out of high school and like run really, really good businesses. Michael, what's good? Hey, what's up, Aaron? I appreciate you coming. But like you don't Elon Musk talked about it a lot that just because you have a college degree doesn't make you smart, you know? Yeah, you might be smart, or maybe you're fucking stupid in the subject you learned because you just like barely made it. But you have this degree, you just like barely made it through freaking like for like medical school, but then you're like able to go like perform surgery on people's brains. Or like maybe you just had like so much money that you were about to fail a fucking class and you go to Harvard and you're like your dad's like a senator and like your image is like really important on him, so he wants to make sure that everything in your school goes correctly, and then all of a sudden you're about to fail this class that is really important because you're going to be a brain surgeon, but you're about to fail, and if you don't pass the class you don't graduate, and so your dad gives the professor $100,000 to change his mind, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You're a doctor. Like college is actually a waste of time too, unless you believe that what you're doing and going to school is what's good for you. Then I support that. But in my reality, college. I mean, I never went to high school really. I mean, I did go to school high, but I never went to high school a lot. You know, we would just leave and never hang out there. Could you imagine if you were taught real things in school, like how to run a business or how to pay taxes or how to invest more? Yeah, that is exactly right. And I've actually made that comment a lot. It's really crazy to me that like in 11th and 12th grade, you're about to become an adult. You could technically die for this country. You can go to jail for your consequences. And potentially not everybody has help after 18. Maybe they immediately have to do it all on their own, and they went to this school that you're required to go. If you don't go, your parents could go to jail, but they don't teach you ever how to be an adult. They don't teach you what credit is. They don't teach you the idea of like saving money. They don't do any of that. Actually what they do is like sell you this pipe dream that if you don't go to college, you're never going to amount to nobody. You're going to be a broke ass bitch for your whole life. And then you go to this guidance counselor, they call it, and this guidance counselor says, "Oh, we can get you all these Pell Grants, all these Pell Grants, and you know what? You can go to college with these grades, and you never have to pay for any of your college." And so then you get excited, and then 2 weeks later, you're all excited. You told your whole family you're going to college. You might be the first person going to college in your whole line of genealogy. You might be like changing your whole life. You might be changing your family patterns by you going to college. And then you go back to college, you go back to school, and your guidance counselor says, "Hey, guess what? Hey, what's up, Sean? What's up, Sherman? What's up, Kimberly? I appreciate you guys coming in here." You go to your guidance counselor, and they're like, "Well, Mr. Hess, guess what? You actually got denied for all these Pell Grants, but we can actually get you a student loan. We can get you a student loan, and you actually don't even have to pay that student loan back until you graduate college." And you're like, "Oh, yes, I can still go to college. I'm not going to disappoint my parents. I'm going to be able to do things to change the pattern that my life has been going through. My parents are drug addicts. My grandma was a drug addict. I'm going to go to college and I'm going to make it," because that's what the information that they feed you. And you're like, "Okay, I'm going to get this student loan." And then you go to college and find out that it's not for you, and you just took out this really big loan, and the loan never ever goes away. If you have student loan debt and you die, it goes and gets passed on to your children. If you get a bankruptcy, you do not it does not affect your student loan. So they are creating and training kids to immediately get into debt to the American government far before they even understand how to be an adult, how to pay bills, how to fucking make sure your house is clean, how to be responsible, how to fucking do all the things that adults need to do. And they're wanting you to owe money to the American government for a debt that will never be relieved unless you pay it. And so they're just creating a bunch of slaves because you get into this debt. And then next thing you know, you're hounded for the rest of your life with these weird scam likely calls from people asking you to pay your college debt. It's really, really, really crazy. Debt for life just to get a degree. They can't keep you because you're paying all of your school back. Yeah. So I mean, ideally, the idea is that you want like they convince you, and you're like, "I could think I could do what I could do this," and then I mean, do you know how many people go to college and then drop out? I mean, actually, to be honest, I don't know that number. I was just trying to see if y'all did or to like engage in the conversation, but I'm sure that there's a lot of them that literally are just signing a piece of paper and then they owe the American government $30,000 for a mistake that they made signing their paper when there was a lot of emotion attached about going to college and they thought that they might not be able to go. And so they signed a paper hoping that they could be somebody because that's who they were programmed to be. And then they owe the government $30,000 for the rest of their life. It's crazy. Do you guys know that Apple actually also just came out with like a headset type thing that puts up like a augmented reality display. Augmented reality means that your reality doesn't change. There's just extra highlights on the augmented reality. Virtual reality means it changes your whole entire thing, everything you see. You literally leave wherever you're at least in your eyes. So augmented reality is like, and it like scans your eyes, and you have to like do like this weird setup where it like analyzes your eyes, and then literally in the headset you can just look at whatever you want to do and just touch your fingers, and the cameras are scanning everything. They see you touch your fingers and it will click wherever you're looking. Look it up. It's called the Vision Pro. Oh, 54% don't graduate that take out student loans. Isn't that just a crazy stat? I don't know if y'all know, but Chantel, she's my lady. She's sitting right next to me and probably potentially fact checking me to perpetuate and help me continue to talk. But 54%. Do you know how many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of kids sign up for college every single year? Every single year, kids sign up for college and get into student debt. And then 50% of them don't complete college and then owe the American government for the rest of their life. It's wild, bro. Wild. Mike Sanchez, what's good? No, I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you making it up in here. For some reason, I don't know why, but like doing this when I have interaction with people and people talk to me and comment to me, and I'm seeing like people that I know and that I actually like fuck with, that I like know, I just this is like the beginning. This is the beginning of something that potentially I have the chance, potentially have the chance for this shit to fucking blow up, and then next thing you know, I'm like smoking cigars with Dana White at a UFC fight. I mean, that's not going to happen like relatively fast, but it could get there. I mean, this is like potentially the beginning of something that's absolutely fucking amazing. And next thing you know, 10 years down the road, I have hundreds of fucking DMs on Instagram or Facebook telling me how all the things I talked about in my journey and all the things that I promote changed their life. That's like the goal. For a long time, I wanted to be a, I wanted to be a clinical social worker that worked inside of a rehab is what I wanted to do. And I actually wanted to start an inpatient rehab that from the very beginning did an evaluation to see if the medical cannabis would be good for you. From the very get, not when you're about to get out, from the very rip, you walk into this inpatient rehab, we do an evaluation, see if you need cannabis, and if cannabis will help you, we immediately apply it to your treatment. That's what I wanted to do. Now, like I said, I work 2 jobs. I'm raising kids. I'm like going through a custody battle. There's some health problems I'm having. So like the idea of like having enough time to like quit my job and like go to school to learn to be able to become a counselor is like unrealistic for me to be able to continue to survive. So it's always just been in the forefront of my mind that that's what I wanted to do. Kenneth Deaton, what's up, bro? I appreciate you being here. It's like it's like always something I wanted to do, and then all of a sudden, hey, Stephen Smith, what's good? It doesn't seem like that potentially at this point in time in my reality is something that is necessarily going to be realistic. So, hey, CJ Ogden, you're a boss, bro. I appreciate you showing up, man. I just the fact that the way that things are going to with me on social media is not how I ever anticipated it. And so I feel like it's like a calling from the universe that I potentially am doing what I was put here for almost. I'm very in tune with energy and frequency. Nikola Tesla is one of the most iconic scientists and philosophers of all time. And Taylor Peterson, what's up, G? Nikola Tesla talks a lot about if you want to know the secrets to the universe, study 369 energy and frequency. I pick up a lot of stuff, a lot of energy. Hey, I appreciate you, Peterson. You're the homie. I appreciate you showing up. Did you know that in Aborigine countries, talking about frequency and energy, did you know your hair? I got these like just nappy ass dreads because it's going to be sick is when my fucking dreads are all the way down to my waist and I have this long ass gray beard and I can just be like this Rastafarian Santa Claus and just hang out and around Christmas time, or that maybe potentially I could be fucking Gandalf on fucking Halloween, just have like dreadlocks and like this huge wizard outfit. It's going to be tight. Anyways, so there was a lot of things that you got this shit to say that a lot of people need to hear. And I appreciate that. I feel like a lot of things that I say necessarily, some people in my reality would call me crazy. Some people don't want to hear it because because it actually kind of makes sense and they don't want to allow that into their information because it could change their reality. I just feel like I got a story, I got a story that has happened and it's continued to progress for 35 years. And then finally, I'm in a position where I have a significant amount of people that are paying attention to what I do on this imaginary world called the internet. And there's one of two ways, there's like one of two ways I could do with that. I have a lot of followers. As of recently, it happened very quickly. It's kind of nerve-wracking. But I have one or two things. I could do something wrong and like not right with all of that stuff. Or I can just like follow my dream about wanting to be a substance abuse counselor and maybe potentially changing one person every few years his life for the better. And so that's what I'm doing now, but I'm not doing it inside of a like an office having one-on-one talk therapy. I'm going to use this and take this into my advantage, that hopefully every single day, that every single post y'all see that I post, I feel like there's someone out there in the world that it could fucking change their life. That maybe it's that one thing that they read, it clicks in their head, and this habit that's been poisoning them forever, maybe will just like change and their life gets better. Or maybe I just like talk about how all the food that Americans consume is poison. And I say it in just a way that someone who is struggling with thinking that they're eating the right shit all automatically thinks is like, oh my gosh, wow, I didn't know all of that. And then they change the way that they eat, and then potentially it saves their life because their organs don't shut down later in life. I would never know that, but the thought that potentially the information I'm giving out could help tons and tons of humans, it could maybe make you think highly of yourself, understand that you are like the most powerful being in the whole entire universe. You just have to understand how to use this. You understand how to use the most complex machine that's ever existed in our reality. I do. Hey, sincere, what's good, bro? Yeah, my podcast. So basically, life's happening. I really want to make sure that I give you guys good quality content, that my cameras don't suck. I want to be able to just like make everything look good, because I'm like really want this to work, and I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to look stupid doing it. And I don't want the quality of my videos to turn people away, because if it's not good quality, they think that you don't have money, that you don't know what you're doing. Matt Kennedy, I see you, bro. They don't know what you're doing. And then all of a sudden, just because the video quality isn't the best, they don't want to hear your message, when their message maybe could have took you out of some weird depression spiral because of the things and the words that they say, because words are magic. You know what I mean? That's why when you write things down, you're spelling words, and spell and magic, those correlate. Your words are magic. You have the power to change someone's whole entire thought process saying words. You have the power to control and influence humans' emotions just with your words. I heard this like really crazy philosopher back in the day say that he was like Tibetan or something like that. He used to say that you only have a certain amount of words to live before you pass. I always enjoy your topics. Keep up fighting the good fight. Wish I could finish watching. Peace be with you. Kimberly, I want you to know that I appreciate you and thank you for your time and showing me support by commenting. Yeah, spells, Mike. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. There's just lots of words that if you come to understand that words are powerful, words are magic, and you do research and just like Google stuff and YouTube stuff, you'll come to find out that there's lots of words that have weird connections with esoteric energies and lots of just crazy. Hey, Whitney June, I appreciate you showing up. Just like weird energies with your words, they're powerful. For the most part, people love music. I know that there are people who like classical music, but do you think that maybe the reason that music is so influential and can make you feel things, music can make you feel things, is because of the words and the way that words say, they like trigger thoughts in your brain. Like words can like basically control this complex machine that's inside your skull. You need to check out my boy, the True 777 on TikTok. Goes over the origin of language and shows how everything is everything. I'm absolutely going to have to do that. Because really, something that really is weird to me. Me and my lady talk a lot about my conspiracy theories. I like to bounce them off of her consciousness to make sure that I'm not crazy. Because if the one person that I surround myself with the most doesn't think that I'm crazy, then I can go day to day not thinking I'm crazy. I mean, if you know me, you can clearly see by my appearance that I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. But I don't like to come off as crazy or come off too strong very much. So also, I don't know, I come to find out after I did my live last time that there were lots and lots of people that watched it later. I want all of you to know that until July 1st, I'm doing a $50 cash prize. If you want to draw my logo, You might not win, you might win. What I'm going to do is get as much as I can, pick out maybe 5 to 10 of the dopest ones on July 1st, slowly have like a voting process on my social medias about which one do you guys like, 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 and then slowly they'll be eliminated, and whoever is the winner, I'll pay $50. If you want to submit an art type logo, go ahead and just send your entry to trip_drip@icloud.com. Now that I said that, I also just reminded about my like product, I guess, that I'm promoting is Trip Over Drip. A lot of people have asked me what that means. Trip Over Drip means that one, you can tell by the dreads, this right here, the things on all over here that I'm a hippie. So a lot of things that hippies do are trippy, and for a long time I thought that I was this human, and I exhibited these behaviors that really weren't me. I had said in my last live that I suffer from BPD, which is an identity disorder, and so I picked up a lot of things and characteristics from the people around me, and in that culture, it was like a gang thug, criminalistic mentality, you could say. And in that reality, something that they use is the word drip for like materialistic stuff, jewelry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that I personally would rather be the hippie that I am now versus that person that I thought I was then. So that's why I would rather trip over drip. And it's something that just is, I think, is cool. I think it's kind of catchy. I think that it'll stick. Hey, I appreciate all the likes. If you like that idea about the name, you know what I mean? I appreciate you guys just smashing that like button. That actually is awesome. Always be true to yourself. See, the thing about everything that's been happening and how I'm able to stay true to myself is that I'm going to continue to talk about this because this is all new to me. The things that I'm doing is like pushing tons of content, doing these lives. I want you to know that I'm a recovering heroin addict. I was strung out on narcotics for a very long time. I have 5 years clean November 5th. But this is addicting. This is addicting. The fact, it's just so silly, you know what I mean? I say like, hey, go ahead and show support for the idea about that logo. And then all of a sudden I see all of these likes. And then guess what happens in my brain? All of a sudden these chemicals start producing and all of a sudden it makes me feel good. And I'm like, oh yeah, that feels great. I might not say it, but that's how my body feels. And then it gets to the point where I suffer from abandonment. So the idea of that people are liking me or liking the things that I do, it's very intoxicating to me and it feels good. The most gangsta hippie I know. See, the thing that's crazy is about the way that I look. Yeah, I've got like tattoos, but I wear cannabis socks. That's it. And they can't match. They have to be different. But anyways, like bright colored socks that have cannabis stuff on them. I only wear those. I wear clothing that portrays the hippie that I am. And most people, I don't think by seeing me would know that really my favorite genre of music is like straight gangster rap, which is crazy that you say the most gangster hippie. I'm not a gangster. At one time I thought I was, and now I'm just a peace and love and a hippie, and I believe in perpetuating the positivity and the self-love of humanity through my words. That's why if you see in my profiles, I talk about wanting to change the world with a smile on my face, one conversation at a time. These conversations are here. I might be just like verbally talking to myself, but I see you guys are talking, and maybe something I said clicked in your brain that changes the course of your life forever. And then also someone wanted to, let's see, fuck yeah, brother, proud of you. We about them crystals and tarot cards now. Find another way to fuel, brother. Oh yeah, tarot cards and crystals, which is crazy because I wear crystals a lot. The people around me are really into tarot cards and energy, like we were talking about. And it's just crazy to me about how popular like crystals are and tarot cards and like Wiccan stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that the crazy thing is back in the Salem witch trials, all y'all motherfuckers would be dead. We would have got burned. You know how crazy of a time that is? And now consciousness is like evolved, and now you know that like these crystals in here are coming from the earth, which is like some really, really intricate living thing, and they come from it. This is like they're a part of the earth's body, and then you hold it next to your chakras in your body, and the energy from the earth absorbs into your body and has healing powers. So crazy. Speaking about healing powers, one time my little son, he was very, 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 very sick. And I push these hippie morals and ideas on my children because they make me happy. I can see that the people around me are happy, and I want my children to grow up to be happy. Whatever that entitles for them, I want them to be happy. So I push these like hippie ideas about crystals and energy and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And one time my son was very, very sick. And I told him, I'm like, check this out, bro. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fill the bathtub up just a little bit with warm water. Okay? You're gonna lay in that bathtub until the water's over your ears so you can't hear anything except for the water and the vibrations in the tub. And then I took a bunch of me and my lady's crystals. What's up, Rose? How's it going? I put the crystals around the tub. And I told him that I was going to come back in 5 minutes, and he just needed to meditate about not wanting to be sick and that the crystals were going to heal him. And then guess what happened? He got out of the tub, and this kid was not sick anymore. This kid had been crying and whining all day long because his body hurt. He was coughing. He had like a fever. You know how kids get when they're sick? Because kids are miserable when we're sick, you know? Men, we get those men colds where we just like cry and bitch when we're sick, when potentially we might not be that sick. It's just not normal, so we just cry about it. But little kids, when they're sick, oh boy, you know that they're sick. They're not gonna let you forget that they're sick. And so I put my son in this tub. He laid there in the water for 5 minutes, came out of the tub, wham! Mind over matter. These crystals healed this dude, and he was not sick. He didn't act sick. He didn't act like he was in pain anymore. He didn't act like he didn't really ever hear him cough anymore. And then guess what's happening for months and months and months and months after that? When my son gets sick, he uses crystals to heal himself because that shit works. There's a reason. You know what chakras are? Chakras are things that have been around since ancient religions far before Christ. Okay? They've been around that long. The chakras all through your body. The chakras are actually directly tied to certain minerals and certain crystals. Certain crystals help the chakras that are having problems. If you're having discomfort or pain in this area, you might want to get a crystal that is directly correlated to the heart chakra, and then you use it. You hold it in your hand and you think about positive things. You interact with that mineral regularly, and then guess what? That energy from the earth, which is the biggest fucking creature that anybody knows, for some reason, this thing is able to perpetuate and keep life. It rains because we need water. The plants breathe out the thing that we breathe in. We breathe out the thing that they need to live. Everything that you ever could need to survive grows out of the ground. So this is very, very living. And these things come out of it, and they have direct connection to your body, direct connection to your energy. And if you use that for the right purposes, they can be magic. And back then, the Salem witch trials, magic, see, you're done. It's because everybody was trying to figure out spirituality and religion, and there was multiple religions being shoved down their throats from multiple angles during that time. And these other people who believed in spells and crystals and energy and manifestation and plants from the ground to cure you and heal you and create potions, which basically is what we like holistic healers and hippies do today. And now we're hippies instead of witches. There are still witches, don't get me wrong. Hey Rodney, what's up? Yeah, so I've been here for an hour. Honestly, I'm really sweaty in here. There's no fan in here. I want all of y'all to let you all know that I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for coming here and spending your time with me. Some of you are here the whole time. Some of you are here for only a little bit of it. I'm going to try and do these every single Sunday at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you have on my Facebook, you have seen the posts I put. And so I say Mountain Standard Time because I have people who follow me literally all over the world. If you could just put a mushroom emoji or a 999 in the comments, I really appreciate your support. Oh, one more thing. The reason I say 999, if y'all don't know about the artist Juice World, he changed my life. And he pushes that number 999 because it's the opposite of 666. It's good. It's positive energy. It's about uh, promoting happiness and love and laughter. And so that's why I request the 999s. Now that you know, I want all of you to know the peace out, and I love all of you.
That's great. Really, you get a lot of interaction in the comments.
I did
Really.
a lot more than
Back when
last time.
Shani were watching too, Shani sent me a picture of one YouTube watching. She was like, "Look, Trevor's on our TV."